I work with Series A level or like very close to Series A level startups. One of my clients is a SaaS solution for financial advisors. Financial advisors use this software to offer a new type of financial service. So we analyzed data and we found out that some people, some of the customers were not financial advisors. Actually, it was the customers of financial advisors. They were trying to use the software to solve their own problem instead of going to a financial advisor and get that service from the financial advisor himself. So what we first did was we eliminated all those people. We said we will never be able to make money from those people, so let's get rid of them. So during the sign up, we said, are you a financial advisor? If not, you cannot use our software. Okay, that's the first thing we did. The next thing was, this client of mine, they had an amazing acquisition rate and acquisition figures. They were having hundreds of signups every week, like around 500 companies signing up every month. A great acquisition, but they were having like terrible churn, like 20% churn, monthly churn. 20% monthly churn is crazy high, okay? And they weren't able to understand why this happened. Again, we analyzed the data and we realized that we asked questions, we did surveys, we phoned those people. Why are you churning? Why are you canceling your account? And it was not that they couldn't use the product. It was not a usability issue. No, it was not that they didn't understand how to use the product or they didn't understand the value of the product. No, they were understanding value of the product. But the main problem was this. I told you this particular financial service is a new type of service, okay? And they didn't know how to reach out to that particular type of client for this particular type of service. So they didn't know how to find clients, It was not that they didn't know how to use the product. They didn't know how to find the clients, how to attract them. That was their problem. So because they were not being able to find clients, they were saying, okay, why do I need this software? Why do I pay for the software? I cannot get clients. That was their problem. So how did we solve this? We again analyzed the data and we saw that some of the customers were amazingly successful. They were able to get clients and they were able to, make a lot of money from this service. So we surveyed them, we phoned them, and we said, hey, you know what? You are very successful. Can you teach what you do to others? And they were volunteering. They would say, yeah, why not? Because US is like a huge market, and I have my own clients, okay, and I can have so many clients, and why not? Some other people can make more money too. So yes, I will help them. And so we build new training systems, learning from them, learning from successful people, and then we turned it into a training system, and we started teaching the same principles to those unsuccessful people. And in 3 months, we increased the customer lifetime like 20%, or decreased the churn from almost like 20% to like first to 15%, then to 12%. So where is the growth hack? What's the tactic? This particular thing works for this business because this solves their particular problem. So coming back, you have to come up with ideas to solve your own problems. Someone else's problems are not your problems. Someone else's solutions cannot be your solutions. So that's why you need a process. You cannot do this randomly. You cannot say, oh, I have this problem, I saw someone else solve this problem like this, I can do the same. No, you cannot.